Let me tell you how it will be.
Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. And yeah, you're hearing that music again because we're talking about taxes still, because we got our good friend, not only BobLoeser, Taxman Bob as we call him around here, but we also have the guys over from Commercial Tax Networrk, Terry English and AdamSeiders, and they're great parts of this program as well. Delighted to have all you gentlemen on, and we're going to spend some time talking about how your areas work together and really how companies like yours complement one another in battling those areas of taxes. Before we begin, why don't you, Terry, real quickly give your elevator speech, what the Commercial Tax Networrk is all about. And good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good to see you. We basically got a property tax consulting firm that we try to reduce taxes to the lowest level possible for real estate and personal property. And, we basically charge a savings, a percentage of the savings. So we're a service out there that if we don't actually do something for you, we don't charge you for it. So that's kind of in general.
Yeah, you got to love that. There's this, so you're doing work and breaking a sweat, and they're going to make the vast majority of whatever the return of it is, but you're only going to make money if there is a return.
Correct.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool. And again, one of the things that I thought and why I wanted to get you guys together, we got BobLoeser in here, and Bob's a regular contributor on the program as well. And Bob, you are a guy who is handling virtually all areas of people's taxes, and of course their clients are naturally thinking, hey, this makes sense, I need to talk to Bob about this. But, working with companies like Commercial Tax makes a lot of sense for companies like yours as well.
If my clients get a tax notice, a tax form, whatever, I get it either emailed or faxed to me and then say help or what the blank is going on here or whatever. And that's where we get into it. And we've talked in previous sections of the show that a lot of times the counties will walk in, look at your square footage and go $125,000 worth of assets in this 4,000 square foot space.
Right.
And when rightfully so, they don't know if you've bought new or used. They don't know if you're subleasing or leasing equipment. Okay.
You don't even know if there's blended offices in there.
Correct. So they make the assumptions just upon a quick look. Like someone looking at a used car and not checking the engine and saying, it's worth $4,200.
Yeah. Just look at it. Easy.
And that's where, Terry's group, what's great about it is if there is a great amount of savings. Okay. Now, if you're talking about a client that we could save $35 for, it's not worth my time spending nor Terry and his group's time spending. But if we can save $2,800, $3,000, all right, and they take a percentage based upon the savings, then my client's way ahead, or anybody's client out there that needs their services are way ahead of the fact that now we've shown the client that we're looking in their best interest. We don't handle this on a daily basis, although we could, and we could charge you hourly. They saved you $2,800. Their fee is $950 or whatever. You're ahead nearly $2,000 just by protesting what the county has.
Let me ask Adam. That's a great segue question for AdamSeiders, and he's one of the guys over there at Commercial Tax Network. Give us a couple examples of some of the success stories you guys enjoyed over there.
We've recently picked up a company that's out of Georgia. They're a large manufacturing company with cable and wire. I think they're in 1/3 of every house in the country. They have quite a bit of property that we're looking forward to get some good cuts on this year. We've already reduced one value $1 million. So
wow,
they're going to receive the
and the tax liability for $1 million would have been how much?
It's about $25,000.
Wow.
So
that's a good example. That would be one of those things that you'd be delighted to call the guys from Commercial Tax.
and then reiterate to my client 2 or 3 times that they were saved $25,000.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, you are the one who brought them to Commercial Tax.
Exactly.
Don't ever want them to forget that part. And so I love it. I love what you're doing out there, and I love what both of you guys do. You both seem both companies are very conscientious about making sure that the need of the taxpayer, the interest of the taxpayer, your client is really among your top priorities. And there's a reason why I have frequent guests on of this variety is because I'm passionate about people being responsible when it comes to their taxes. My biggest concern out there is for individuals out there to just go ahead and play dead when it comes to the government. And I'm sure that's one of your big frustrations, Terry. I know one of the things you and I have talked about is roughly, how few of the people out there challenge the government on this area.
Yeah, it's amazing that people just get the bills in and just write a check and think that they're being treated fairly. But typically, if you're not really focusing on trying to make sure you're assessed equitably and really at a true market value, they're most of the time are too high in the valuations that come out.
Yeah. And I think, Adam, we concluded it was around 30% are about the only number that's actually challenging these type of things. 70% just
it's very close
with the
to
flow.
30. There's if you think about the people out of state that own property here, they're not used to these laws where you can protest every year. They're used to the laws like in California. It's every 3 years they look into it. So there's a lot of reasons people don't.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah, they don't even take a look at it most of the time. So,
and you think of the huge influx of people that have moved from California just in recent years,
right? And $1 million being $25,000 in taxes. That's there's $20 million properties out there.
Yeah, and an economy as weird as this, $25,000 can be the difference of whether or not you're staying in business for a couple of more months. I mean, It's that huge. How about that, Robert? I know that in your case, Bob, that you got a lot of people that you're working with, new clientele. Are you finding new clientele from other parts of the country that are moving here now?
Slowly but surely. I mean, you'll see somebody coming in from, again, whether it's Colorado or Atlanta or whatever the case may be, either reestablishing themselves or at one time had lived here, moved out of state, looking for that better opportunity, and have come back to reestablish themselves.
Yeah, real quickly, I wanted to ask you Terry, some of the quick steps that people need to take. What's your protocol when someone contacts you and says, hey, we got a problem we think with our taxes? Kind of give us a quick list of what the rundown and how it goes.
Yeah, we just try to basically look at their asset list on personal property and see if, in fact, some of the information that's been rendered is not taxable, and then we apply our own depreciation schedules as far as what properties are actually selling for, or equipment is selling for, versus what the cost is. And a lot of times the values that they're coming up with are indexed up. They index the cost. Appraisal districts will index the cost new up and then depreciate it down. So the net result is something just under the original cost, and which we know these days you can buy $1 million piece of equipment today, 4 years later, for $800,000. So, and then they're
that much.
Yeah, it's amazing. The new technology out there, that the equipment that they're selling is old and obsolete, and certainly doesn't bring with what the appraisal district would depreciate.
Yeah, they'll come in and look at that, that Radio Shack IBM clone. And say, hey, wait a minute, that was like $5,000 in 1984. You can't tell me it's only worth $20. It's not even worth $20. We used it to hold our paper down, And people don't understand that, or they don't understand it because they don't face elections. Right, and they got pressures on them that they need to get more revenue, and so they're completely whacked, and so they need people like you in their corner to help straighten it out. And I say their corner and the tax person's corner. We got 30 seconds.
Okay, the deadline to file your protest is May 31st, and that's for business, personal property, and real estate. So definitely like to help everybody out. We have technology to get this process done in a quick manner. So
yeah, and you guys need to get busy. You need to get together with Bob and make some stuff happen. Commercial Tax Networrk. You need to check them out online at commercialtax.com. The phone number over there is 281-897-1119. 281-897-1119. Taxman Bob Loeser. That's Taxman Bob at pdq.net. Thanks again, Adam Seiders, Terry English, and Bob Loeser. Thanks, gentlemen. I'm amazed I got all that out. All right, and we'll have more for you right after this on The Price of Business.
There's one for you, 19 for me. 'Cause I'm